Does your partner not acknowledge you on social media? Does your partner have a second phone? Does your partner, never allow you to have social media? Say that it's pointless, that they don't have it, you shouldn't have it. Does your partner say that they've never had it? Do you notice any of these things in your relationship now, or maybe the relationship that you had in the past? Some, not all of these, could be signs that you were with a toxic person that could have been cheating on you, or could have been looking for the very least emotional supply from other people. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ben Taylor. I run Raw Motivations, and I am a self-aware narcissist. I'm on this platform and TikTok, Facebook, Instagram to provide awareness about what narcissism is, to provide tips, tricks, ideas of what's happening in your relationship, what's happening with things going on, and also to help you to learn and grow and change so that you don't get involved back with another narcissist or with a toxic person or a sociopath or a psychopath, because it happens every single day. And a lot of people don't understand the destruction that narcissism causes. I understand it firsthand because I destroyed the majority part of my life. I lied away the majority of the years that I had. I lied away everything up until this point, to the place where I started to understand who I was, and I finally got honest and vulnerable with the shit that was inside. I've been in therapy now at the time of this recording for over 15 months, every single week, because I know I have to continue my growth. I have to continue trying to work on myself. If not, I'll revert. If not, if I don't keep striving to move forward, what's to keep me from sliding back? So that's why I'm on this platform, to help you every single day break away from the narcissist and get away from the trauma bond, the stuff that's pulling you back to them, even though you know it's a toxic relationship. Help you get through the detox part of saying, hey, I'm not with them anymore, but I still have feelings. I still have these weird thoughts of like, maybe it's my fault. Maybe I'm the toxic person. And then help you set boundaries and clarity of like, where are you going now? And how are you going to set good triggers, good habits, so that you can be purposeful in where you go, so you can live an intentional life that's healthy and happy. That's what I do every single day. So try to meet with people one-on-one to be able to talk through their situation, be able to help them find that healing, growth, and change. We're doing that together in a community on the NARC app, NARC, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Community. You can get it on Apple or on Google Play. We've got a community of like-minded people that are recording their truth. They're tracking their no contact. They're a part of exclusive live events that are secured inside the app to be able to protect your questions from outside eyes, and are there to be able to help work and coach people on a one-on-one basis and even on a group basis to help you find that healing, growth, and change. So I want to talk to you today about narcissists and social media, or sociopaths, psychopaths, or toxic people in general. It really doesn't matter. The label doesn't matter as much as the actions. The actions are what you have to evaluate, because oftentimes the action is the only thing you have because you don't have the words to back up the actions. A lot of times people will tell me, they're like, my ex, my husband, my wife, they didn't even have social media. And at first I'm kind of like, really? Like, are you sure about that? Because I could tell you other people that they thought that their ex, they thought that their spouse didn't have another phone. And then they realized later that they actually had another phone, a hidden one that was on their plan, or an additional one that was hidden on a separate plan. But it's very common that narcissists, toxic people will have maybe another form of communication, called a phone, laptop, Apple Watch, iPod, you name it. They'll go to any lengths to be able to hide the communication that they have because they know it's wrong, because they know it would be something that would make you upset, and they don't want to own up to the fact that they're doing something that ultimately produces guilt and produces shame. So a lot of times they'll hide that by having a separate phone, a separate device. Maybe they have a personal cell phone and a work cell phone. Not all the times this was the work cell phone used for work. If you start getting that gut feeling of something seems off, the intimacy seems different, they seem to be pulling away, they're emotionally unavailable, like something's actually going on, they're being sneaky with their phone. I'm not going to call them a narcissist, I'm not going to say they're cheating, but that's how I would do it. And I need people to start thinking and realizing that what has been placed upon you time and time again is the narcissist logic of saying, this is what is right, this is what I'm doing, so you must comply with it. And oftentimes people get into a rut and they start thinking, hey, this is just what I have to do to survive. This is what I have to do to just be here, to just engage with this person. So I'm going to change myself, I'm going to change whatever I do, I'm going to change my perspective of what they're actually doing. Maybe on social media, they have social media. And you're like, okay, I know they have it. But you're blocked. You'd be like, wait, why? Or how would that even happen? It happens a lot of times. I've been talking to people on one-on-ones, and they'd be like, yeah, we both have social media, but I never saw his because I was always blocked. And I was like, yeah, that's not a red flag. Well, I didn't think of it because, he said it would cause drama, because I would get frustrated or upset at the people that he comments or the posts that he puts up, or I'd always be asking questions. So he just blocked me to reduce the drama. That way we could have a better relationship. No, that's not really how it works. So how it normally works is a narcissist blocks, or a narcissist keeps you at bay so that you can't see who they're following, you can't see what they're liking, and you can ultimately see a plethora of people that they're propositioning themselves out to, or trying to get with, or you're trying to connect on an emotional level to be able to get other supply from other people anywhere across the globe. That happens all the time. Another aspect is, okay, maybe you guys do, you're not blocked. You can see their social media, they can see your social media, but you're not friends on social media, or you don't follow each other. And you ask, why don't you follow me back? And he's like, no, I just don't feel like it. And you'll start to notice there'll be these weird little tweaks, these weird little things of wait a second, you don't follow me, I follow you, but I'm not seeing everything that you're putting up. For some reason, some of the posts aren't going through. Oh yeah, I forgot, I deleted that post, right? I changed the privacy setting because, I had someone hack me. All these different excuses, and all of a sudden they start going back and they start realizing, wait a second, these don't match up. And you can go into different accounts and you can block people, you can hide people from stories, you can hide people from posts, so that people think I'm seeing the real deal. But in reality, they're only seeing what the narcissist wants them to see. A narcissist in his peak of performance will always be a facade, and will always be you only see what they want you to see. They're not willing to be honest, and they're not willing to be vulnerable about the things that they're going through or the things that they're doing, because they're if I'm honest, then I have to take accountability for my actions. If I'm going to take accountability, I have to admit this is my responsibility. I have to own this. And the narcissist doesn't want to own shit. The reason why, because owning that means that there's something wrong. It means that owning that means that, hey, I've been telling you I'm faithful, but I'm following all these other people with sending flirty text messages, sending pictures, talking to them, trying to meet up with them. Then they don't want to acknowledge that cognitive dissonance there. Other aspect is maybe you guys follow each other both on social media. He's on social media, she's on social media, you guys both follow each other. That's great. But what about that shows that there's any type of relation? Now, I'm not just talking hey, you're dating. I'm not just talking hey, there's an interest or anything like that. I'm talking there's people that have been married for 5, 10, 20 years, and there's no correlation on social media. There's no tags, there's no pictures. It's all just a certain way. Maybe you'll see the husband with just the kids. Maybe you'll see the wife in her Jeep, or maybe you see the wife in the kids in something else, but you won't see them all together on the narcissist page. You might be asking why. The reason why a narcissist paints themselves single on any type of page is to proposition more people to come get them. Is to put them out to be able to get more supply. And they do it time and time again. If you have kids, they will leverage your kids to make themselves look like the needy single parent, like the person who needs to be rescued, the person that needs help. And you'll come trying to save them, not realizing that's all a facade. That they're setting you up to get hooked, that they're setting you up so that you get hoovered in, that you get stuck, that you get catfished in, and then you're stuck. And then you don't realize how to get out. What does your person do with their social media? What's it actually look like? I know some of this video is probably going to piss off some people, and some people are going to be like, no, that's not possible. It's not going to happen. It happens more than you think. Whether that's through social media, whether that's through apps, whether that's through dating, If you're curious, like, check out the phone. See what other phone numbers you can get on the phone. Newer phones, you can have 2 phone numbers on the phone. You can go through Google Voice or many of the others, Skype, different places where you can text other people, WhatsApp. Then you can hide it. You can archive it. You can block certain things. You can make passwords so that people don't access certain stuff. You can make stuff vanish, whether it's Instagram or Snapchat. You can hide conversations. You can get apps that actually hide apps. There's multiple ways to be able to hide it. If you're starting to notice a push or like a pull away emotionally, sexually, relationally, but that phone is more important, that phone is their lifeline, and you start to notice habits and actions that start to form out of what's that response from the phone, there might be something more there. I'm not trying to make a giant alert of everybody go rushing out and checking people's phones, but maybe it's not a bad idea. You either have something to hide or you don't have something to hide. How's that for your ex or for the person you're with? Please be careful. If you're with someone that like this, they're very manipulative. They're going to do anything and everything they can to be able to hide the truth. And then when the truth is exposed, it'll either be that they lash back out, they try to do revenge, or they just straight up gaslight you and say it never happened. So whatever you do, ground yourself in the truth of the situation. Ground yourself in understanding this is the reality. And when you uncover the person, it's not like, oh, this is a brand new person. No, that's the original person. What you've been living with was just the facade.